Welcome back everyone. Today I bring you a new video with 11th ACAV once again. Because I quite liked the division. Obviously I liked it because it's S tier and it's very good. And I wanted to try it out a bit, and because as I saw in the last game, or if it didn't, then spoiler alert, I guess. I lost the first game I played with it, so I wanted to play another one and see whether I can win this one at least. And well, I get put up against Skate, which is one of the best players we have in the game, and he's like unironically good. Like, he's not one of those people who has a high rank, but like just spams S tier division all day long, and is and doesn't even know a lot of stuff about the game because he doesn't need to, because he just spams S tier divisions. He only played 119th. Then with the new, well, not that new anymore, but Northak DLC, he switched to 25Y. And then he went back to only playing 119th. 25Y is a very good division, so, it's not S tier, but it's, like, I would say about A tier. But the 119th has been, like, one of the worst divisions for a long time. And with only playing that, he is in, I think, the top 20 or top 30. So he is a very, very good player, actually. And yeah, well, you can see he's playing 119th on Hesse, which I think is honestly a pretty good map for 119th, because you have the giant open area here where your ADUs and UGs are absolutely fantastic. You still have Spetsnaz and Spetsnaz GRU to, like, well, not GRU, but Spetsnaz OP. Spetsnaz GRU are obviously not for fighting, but for recon. For fighting over the forests, for example, here, you could also use them to fight over the town. I mean, you have quite a lot of Saperi as well. What you're really lacking is just IFV infantry and the IFVs with them. Because, I mean, you have one card of Mortis Cherokee, but they only have the BMP one. So that's very meh. And yeah, so I was very worried about what I want to do. And you can see I'm again starting fairly aggressively with a Kaiwa Warrior and an M1A1 ACAV LRS into this forest line. So I'm trying to attack him early down here, because obviously the problem of 119th is that you can't have a lot of tanks early on. It takes significantly longer to amass a tank blob because the tanks are much more expensive, and you don't have IVs to support them. So this is like the big problem of 119th, and this is why I wanted to attack him early on with my tank. And well, Lima seemed to be the best way for me to push through, because in the open, fighting against the ADU and UD makes even less sense, because they have very good ATGMs with 2,800 meter range. And so actually fighting at closer ranges makes more sense for me, I think. Not exactly sure, but I think that makes more sense. Two mech rifle dragons also coming in as support. And you can see then just a bunch of BGS spread around for some recon information. Milan 2 also just defensively positioned here to catch off anything that tries to drive through. In the opener, he might try to do an aggressive opener. You can do that with 119th, because you have recon helicopters and quite a lot of recon infantry as well. So you don't see that very often, but you can do it. And well, of course, you also have the forward deployed Spetsnaz and Spetsnaz OP. It's also why I'm starting with a fighter. Well, not because of the Spetsnaz, obviously because of the recon helicopter. I don't think that Skate is somebody who uses the recon helicopter, but hey, who knows? Like, if you're known for one specific playstyle, you can really throw off your enemy by then switching it up, because they won't expect it most likely. And yeah, then for the right hand side, again, very light deployment, only the BGS, Milan 2, and an Engineer Dragon to defend November. Again, there's actually a pretty, like, you can make a point for pushing through here as 119th, with Spetsnaz and Spetsnaz OP taking position in this town here. I mean, I don't have forward deployed, except for the recon. And, well, the tank, but, this is what it is. Take these positions and then have, like, one tank drive up behind it, and then you should be able to take this position fairly easily. I'm not sure whether I go with the Stinger here, whether I actually remove it. You can see also one command just for capturing Bravo, November, Echo, and so on. Didn't want to spend too many points. Yeah, I leave the Stinger there. Again, in case he has the recon helicopter. And that's when the game starts. Quickly taking a sip of tea. Keep the voice smooth. Yeah, so one of the, I think, big advantages of 11th are actually those BGS squads, especially now with the recon buff. I mean, they were a lot better before when their security trait, they don't even have it anymore, gave them exceptional recon. But now with good recon and the recon buffs, they're actually also very good. Because they are just so cheap. It's only 20 points. With the transport together, it's 40 points, but whatever. Kiowa Warrior here was unfortunately slightly too late to snipe the Spetsnaz OP and the Spetsnaz GRU, so it only gets the transports. But because there's no AA firing at the Kiowa, I decided to just dive the Spetsnaz GRU with the F-16. Didn't want to dive the Spetsnaz OP because it's in a forest, so I will do less damage, and alignments for diving into units in forests can be really fucked. So that's why I went for the Spetsnaz GRU in the open. Well, obviously I won't kill it in one dive. Try to land the Kiowa before the Su-27 gets me, but, well, it gets me. And I retreated the F-16 because F-16 against Su-25, as I saw in the last game, is not really a good duel to take. Yeah, well, no ground-based AA for the opener. So, yeah, unfortunate loss of the Kiowa, only getting 2 transports, but that is what it is. And when A1 spots TADU, actually, I hit and he misses. But I still didn't want to keep the engagement up because the TADU is just a lot better. And I only have 2 M1A1s, right? Infantry finally arrives, so push them forward together with the M113s. Smoked off, yeah, as I said, smoked off the M1A1s, so I will need supply to reload the smoke. Ihawk and Stinger are already coming in. It is slowly capturing all the zones, putting me at a +1. It's not much, but it's honest. It's honest ticks. And yeah, well, nothing really going on the left-hand side of the map. I know that he obviously has some Spetsnaz in here, so that's also why I didn't push aggressively forward with my tank and waited until the infantry arrives. But now I didn't want to push it forward because the U is there and retreat the infantry, but he comes in with an Su-24. Really good call by him. He knew that I don't have AA because of his Su-27 dive and kills both my infantry. Should have spread them out more. So that was my mistake. UH-60 supply coming in, so smoke on the M1A1 will be reloaded shortly. Su-27 luckily doesn't get the kill on the supply helicopter. Ihawk misses, that was a bit sad. I mean, it was fairly close. Stinger then hits though. Ihawk misses again. Bruh. Yeah, the Black Hawk supply couldn't land here because this is a slope. So helicopters can't land here. They have to go a little bit further to the left. You have to remember that, playing on this map, on other maps with slopes as well. And yeah, this TADU pushes forward again. And when A1 just shot, so I was reloading. Very good idea by him. I get his turret stuck, but I'm not really sure what it does, what this does when the enemy tank was already facing you, because I guess the turret will get stuck in the correct position already. Yeah, well, either way, I obviously didn't want to continue the fight because he has an autoloader, so he will be able to fire again a lot quicker, and you also saw an ATGM already flying in. So don't know what's that about. Maybe this is like in the early days of Steel Division 2 when switching ammo types had no reload time, so people were turning on and off APCR. So their on their AT gun, so they were just firing all the time without having to reload. Maybe it's kind of the same with ATGMs on the T80s. Not completely sure though. Strafe to death the Spetsnaz GRU finally, so that's a very nice kill. F-16 gets hit in the process, but I mean that's a trait I'm absolutely willing to take if I'm able to take away one of his exceptional recon squads. See some infantry moving up on the left-hand side, but not too worried about them because I don't see any fire support together with them. And obviously, they will take quite a long time if they decide to push through until they get to even this forest line. And even then, you know, just the fact that 119th doesn't have any infantry ATGMs makes it so much easier to fight them. Because I just don't have to be worried that all those forest lands will be full of ATGMs. Obviously, he gets the Rapiers, though I don't think he takes them. And the BRDM conquers. But they are just not as spammable as the normal standard ATGMs. I saw his Eagler firing somewhere from here on my F-16, so I tried to kill it with artillery that I bought in. Because, as always, Stalemate has started, so buying artillery is always a good move. He tried to attack around my Stinger. I mean, I missed his Eagler with my artillery, and he's missing my Stinger with his attack round. Unfortunately, low, my Stinger is also missing. A 55% accuracy against 0% ECM, by the way. Missed 3 missiles already. At not even max range. Cool. Finally hits. I was just pushing forward the M113s, hoping that I could get some hits with the 50 cals, because apparently the Stinger wasn't good enough. Gets his last shot off before the helicopter gets out of range and finally kills it. Took it long enough and I got him at 5 missiles against a stationary target with 0% ECM. Good god. Got on some Panzer Grants with the Mardas for some IFV support. Mardas obviously like not super great IFVs, but decent ones. M1A1 misses this shot. Good god. Tank accuracy on like... I mean, this was not like super close, but it also wasn't max range. Like, come on man, it's an updated M1A1. You would expect to hit it. IHawk gets the SU-24. It also hit it on its way in, so it didn't even drop its bombs. That's very, very nice. One bomber already down. BMP's getting killed. BRDM Conqueror's being killed. Milan, Marder 183 unfortunately gets stunned by the Fagot. It was a bit quicker. Should have smoked it off and retreated. It wasn't paying attention because I was really worried about microing here because I knew that he had a Spetsnaz OP in here at some point, right? So I wasn't really paying attention to the Mardas. Yeah, sorry to my German brothers. But I don't see the Spetsnaz OP. I just find it not a strokey. Gets a nasty stun on my M1A1, but is now absolutely dead against 2 M1A1s and 2 Mech Rifle Dragons. Stands no chance. Might even be able to catch off the Eagler in the open. Would be a very nice kill. Obviously GAA for 119th is also not the best, so getting some manpads killed is always useful. Bought in the second howitzer now. Also bought in the CNET for the left-hand flank, because, I mean, obviously I said that his infantry can't do a lot here, but I would still rather kill it off sooner rather than later. G80 here being really annoying, shooting at the Panzer Grenadiers over the open. Artillery being put on the G80U, but he notices it and retreats. Razvedka now against very stunned and almost dead Panzer Grenadier and another Panzer Grenadier. Both out of cover. Doesn't really stand a good chance, and I lost both Martyrs against this T80U and the BMP-1 there stupidly, so that didn't help. Goes another helicopter, so mech rifles have to retreat. Will most likely die because they are getting stunned down. Maybe they will survive. Oh, actually. Move over the pivots and the stingers. So I called in the pivots already, just exactly for this case, but getting a sideline with this hill in the way is super weird because he has also put it on low altitude, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it's like standard altitude, but it looks like slow altitude because it's because of the slope here. No, I think this is actually put on low altitude. Hovering, so well done by him. Spot his tank, so again try to artillery it because yeah, well, in a straight tank fight well, it's not like I stand no chance, but especially 2v1. But I would still rather keep it pinned down with artillery. Helicopter gets stunned, and I guess he lands it. Puts artillery on my tank position, so I retreat my vehicles. And yeah, F-16 circling around in the back again because he used his SU-24, so I know that he has a card. And I only killed one, so one is still left. Call in the A-10 rocket to strafe the Spetsnaz, and then the Mi-24, because getting rid of the Spetsnaz OP is very, very important. I obviously rely on my M1A1s, and those can be, I think they can be one-shot, side-shot by the RPG. 21 against the 8 side armor. Because I'm not sure whether you need 13 or 14 AP with heat. It might be one shot or leave it at 1 HP. Me-24 goes down to the A10 rocket. I lost contact line of sight on the Special P just before the A10 got in, so that was a bit sad. But I mean, killing the Me-24 is still absolutely worth it. Spotted the T-80 here once again, put artillery on it, but he retreated it in time and I didn't notice, so that was a mistake by me. Calling in more supply because all those units here need repairs, and quickly, because he knows that I have a lot of units in this forest here. So yeah, I'm already retreating my vehicles because I don't want them to all die by S-24, like doing a bombing run like this. So getting them out of there quickly, buying in a quick fix for some additional recon information, because I don't have anything like in here recon-wise. I have a LRS forward here, but nothing yet. Nothing in this forest. I pushed the engineer dragons further forward, but they were then fucked up very, very badly by the ADU. C-Knight might get the supply. Yeah, that's nice. That's a good kill. Even if it was already empty and he wanted to sell it off, it's always nice to kill those vehicles off. T. Yeah, so supply helicopter, I coded in a little bit further back because I didn't want to get shot down by some AA sitting in those buildings here or behind them. And yeah, that also made it easier for spreading out my troops. So all those units are being repaired. You can see I'm also coding the CV here in the hopes that I could maybe snipe the Special P with it, also an LRS, but didn't see anything, unfortunately. And also in case he would try to push through here, that would help. And this also prevents him from pushing over this ridge when I start pushing into the zone. But unfortunately he saw where my helicopter landed, so he put his artillery on it. Somehow the quick kicks also got hit by artillery even though it wasn't landed. I was really confused by that, not gonna lie. Like, what was that? I don't know how this works. I think I heard something about that if helicopters are on low altitude hovering, they can get hit by artillery. So maybe it was something about that because of the ridge here, it actually got hit by slash damage. I don't know, I was honestly very, very confused. Luckily I didn't lose anything, though the supply helicopter is very low health, but quick fix survived and all my armored vehicles survived as well, so, you know, it's fine. And when A1 command also in position to make rifle dragons, so I have a good push coming up here, and with the 2 Abrams in the back supporting as well, and the pivots. That's a very good push. I-Hawk in the back actually vetted up already, so that's also nice. Puts it at 60% accuracy. But unfortunately his artillery comes in, kills off 1 mech rifle together with the supply truck, so that's unfortunate. But I mean, expected, because he's a good player. He knows that my units are just sitting here and I can't move them out anywhere. Tunguska finds my C-Knight, but I retreated in time. Yes, I retreated in time. So that was a good save. Those C-Knights, very nice. I really like them with the Totu. Really good little helicopters. The Cobras in general. It's Cobras, not Vipers. Somebody commented on one of the last videos that yeah, the Vipers are the newer variants of the AH-1, I think from the Z variant. And the Cobras are the old ones. And yeah, well, also the C-Knight is, I think, the best Cobra variant we have. The like Hawk, so the one with only the Hydras, is pretty good against infantry on one hand, but on the other hand, it's still just a 6 HP helicopter that dies very easily. And the C-Knight with its Totu just has such a good anti-armor capability. And contrary to the what was it even called? Like the AT Cobra, that Sunnet that has only ITOs, it also has more Hydras as well. It has the big rocket pods. So it's just a lot better. SU-27 coming in, called in the F-16 to escort the A-10. Now it's kind of a circling battle between the F-16 and the SU-27. Though I don't want to dive him because I have the I-Hawk in the back, so I want him to dive me. And yeah, more infantry coming in for the center. You can see quite a lot actually. I saw that there was something firing from this forest line, so put artillery on it, and there was a BRDM and a BMP-1 there, both getting killed, so that's nice. And then again, spawning the TADU, put artillery on it, because even if I don't kill them, I stun them down. And because he only has few tanks because of the high price, if one of them is stunned down, he doesn't want to use it, and that's a significant percentage of his firepower just gone. So that's why it's very important to keep them stunned. He pushed forward his Spetsnaz GRU, killed off my BGS, so I assumed that something will be starting here. Some Panzergrenadier were already on the way, and some Stingers are now also on the way because I spotted the helicopter in the back there. A-10 gets hit by the AC-27 at max range. Bruh, 20% ECM, by the way. Not even up at that AC-27, like, come on, man. Why do you have to do me like that? Push forward the M113s to see whether he has something in here, and yeah, well, he has that's OP in the forest line here. He puts his artillery on the forest line once again, so yeah, good move from his side. I don't have smoke mortar, so I can't smoke my way in, and I think also in this case it would be a very dumb idea because that just would put me in the range of his Spetsnaz RPO launchers. This TDU here on the left-hand flank obviously still alive. I have a Bradley here now though, just the M3HU, so with the TOTU A tandem warhead, which will do more damage against the T-80, though he pushes forward through the smoke and gets a hit on the Bradley. Again, like, he's a good player, so you know, he knows how to fight against TOTUs. And the T-80U in this forest line now, cutting off my reinforcement road. But I have two M1A1s, so I'm pretty fine with taking the duel. Also get a whole hull breach crit. He smokes off. I hate playing against good players, you know, they always do this smart stuff. SU-24, HE bomber comes in, absolutely wrecks me, kills off pretty much all my infantry. IHawk unfortunately not able to stop it or kill it. So yeah, very, very sad. M1A1 survives and is routed, but luckily though it retreats the right way and doesn't like turn its side armor or rear to the enemy. That was that was very, very lucky, because the units in this game really like to do stupid shit. And yeah, well, the F-16 was out refueling, so it couldn't help, and the one IHawk unfortunately wasn't enough. I don't know whether the Stinger actually fired at the S-15-4 or didn't. This engineer got actually forward, was able to move forward enough to get into the zone, but then got deleted by the Spetsnaz and the Tunguska, because all the armored support had to retreat, and the other infantry got fucking wrecked. And yeah, you can see both the Abrams here are really low. He again saw my supply helicopter landing, so puts his artillery on the supply helicopter. I had to reload my howitzers. They didn't get a lot of kills. They were just suppressing his T-80U. As I said, that's good, because I want to keep his T-80U suppressed. But obviously that's also a bit problematic in the sense that this gives him the possibility to ramp up his blob. Like, I still want to kill his T-80s. Because otherwise I will be in a very tough spot in the late game when he has like 5 T-80Us and 3 T-80UDs, or I don't know how many he takes actually, 2 or 3, whatever. It's still very rough. And Milan 2 then obviously misses T-80U, why wouldn't it? Yeah, was pushing the T-80 because it's super stunned, and I think he was also out of smoke. But yeah, then he retreated too far into the forest line. BRDM Conquerors was coming up for support. I'm pushing this forest line now though again, because I mean nothing was going on there. And I had the C-Knight in support again. Stingers, SM anti-helicopter protection. Well, unfortunately he has AA in this forest line. Spot the Spetsnaz GRU. Unfortunately the Cobra, the C-Knight, was killed before it was able to kill the BRDM Conqueror, so this will now still be able to fuck up the Marder. Luckily it misses, but yeah, it stunned the Marder, so it also isn't able to shoot back. It misses again. Okay, that was a bit unlucky. Let's see what okay, I wasn't able to drive out in time. Spot the Tunguska in the back. I don't see any T-80s, so killing off TAA is still valuable because I have quite a few air assets that I want to be able to use. But as usual, he is on top of his micro and retreats the Tunguska in time. Once again, killing off my supply helicopter. It was able to repair all the M1A1s though, not the Bradley, so that's a bit sad, because the M3HU also has extra front armor, so it can survive a frontal hit from, I think, all but the heaviest of the heavy tanks. So it not being full health actually matters, because that makes it one shot. And the M1A1 here is also not repaired. So that's when I started calling in supply trucks, because I knew that he knows where the supply helicopter is because he sees where it lands, which is also what I do when I see supply helicopters, right? You don't need to see where it is, you can just see where it lands, and then you know where it is because it can't drive. It's a fairly obvious thing. Panzergrenadier here got fucked up. Called in a quick fix for some recon support. I didn't notice that it actually doesn't see into here, weirdly enough. But yeah, you can see quite a few units coming in on the left-hand flank. SU-27 will... Oh, missed the F-16. Oh, that's nice. IHawk out of ammo. Didn't notice that, so that was a big mistake by me. Because the SU-27s... I mean, they were out of range anyway of the IHawk, but still, it's not very good for me to circle around the F-16, and if the SU-27 dives in, I don't have anything to protect the F-16. Yeah, now he starts his push on the far left, getting my BGS. F-16 of course gets hit, but the Stinger hits in return, so that's nice. Happy with that. And yeah, so a bit of a lull in the action. You can see I was investing a lot into this area, because I know that he has invested a lot into this area. And I know that he can't have any infantry ATGMs covering the open, so he can only have tanks. I know that he has like at least 2 T-ADUs still somewhere in here. He had 1 T-ADU here, but that's about it. Now a second T-ADU comes in, so that's a bit of bad news. Puts his artillery on my M1A1 ACAV and kills it off very, very quickly. That was very painful. But now with 2 Bradleys here, also some infantry moving up to kind of be just a distraction to move over the open. 2 M1A1s here going over the open, CEV against infantry support. Unfortunately, with my Panzer Grenadiers dying, I kind of ran out of infantry on this hill. That's a bit bad. M1A1s now in a bad position because they're kind of being targeted from every position at the same time. This T-ADU though gets very low. Again, gets out of line of sight. Ah, man. Those players, they're just too good. Still not noticing that this IHawk is out of ammo. Bruh. Second IHawk being bought in though. And this T-ADU now retreated too far, and the M1s started pushing in. Pulled up the quick fix further so I can at least see something. Which doesn't mean that I can actually see the ATGM that's firing from here. Bruh. Finally, now I can see it. Stupid BMP. But I think the recon BMPs, they have higher stealth than normal BMPs, so that's why I couldn't see it. Then the CEV stuns the... I guess that's a BRDM, yeah, stuns the BRDM there. That was funny. His AA unfortunately snipes the quick fix. Brady is here though moving over the open, and there's nothing stopping them. Which made me very happy. The BRM is really not that much of a danger. Unfortunately, he hits its first shot though, even though it was super stressed. That was bullshit. I saw his supply helicopter land back there. So yeah, I did exactly what I just said. See helicopter land, put artillery on it, and luckily it was rearming one of his attack helicopters, one of his Mi-24s, so I killed both of them with my artillery. So very, very nice run. M1A1 here getting just stunned by ATGMs. So again, retreated, repair it. Well, tried to repair it because supply truck here is empty. Retreat the pivots to try to keep it alive. From the GAD, what was it? It's a U or a UD, I didn't pay attention. Let's put another BRM one. Though this should be dead. Yes, nice. And yeah, though this position is very, very dangerous. 3 BMP-1s and a T-ADU. Very, very problematic. Though nice to 2-hit. F-16 AT coming in, I guess. Didn't see it, or I coded in a little bit stupidly. SU-27 will most likely turn in. Still haven't resupplied this IHawk. Jesus Christ. Aim, come on. Of course he hits again max range. What the fuck was that? And IHawk misses. Bruh. So I rerouted the M1A1 command from here to here, then I put in an attack move order right in front of the sector. That was really stupid. And yeah, well, of course the M3HU should have kept it back here. That was really dumb to push it forward that far. The M1A1 was just struggling against BMP-1s. Like, no idea what was going on there. Like, good god. Just missing everything. I mean, at this point they're obviously super stunned, but I mean, they weren't stunned at some point. They could have hit then. Put the M1A1 in the zone finally, smoke it off, because the T-ADU here was firing at it. And yeah, well, capturing the zone is fine by me. If the M1A1 dies here, it's whatever, because it will put me at enough of a lead to win the game. And defending, I'm pretty like fine defending against the T80Us. Having killed off one is like not the best, but it's okay. The BMP-1s here surviving was super annoying. I mean, now the engineers here are just sitting ducks. Obviously, I was assuming that he would have infantry in here, but well, he didn't. And now the engineers, it's not, those are the standard engineers, not even with the dragon, are, yeah, they can't do anything about it. So that's a bit problematic. Puts his artillery once again on the forest line. Still haven't reloaded the IHawk. F-16 AT coming in, but he has a lot of fighters circling in the back, and yeah, this one here is now pretty dead. So yeah, that was a big mistake by me. But I mean, I also just wasn't able to kill off his fighters because my IHawk was just shitting the bed. This one wasn't being reloaded because I was stupid. I think, yeah, one got retreated, the other one, don't know what's going on there. What even killed the JDU here? What the hell? Fuck, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, something killed off the JDU in the back there. Maybe it was actually the F-16 getting one Maverick off. Getting the JDU in the back there? Not sure. Yeah, I again hitting this Su-27 but not killing it. Oh my god, why did I... Oh man. So dumb. Why did I never notice that I didn't repair it? Rearm it. Jesus Christ. More support coming into the hill. I really don't want him to take this position because this will make it a lot easier for him to take the sector. And it's fairly obvious that he will start pushing in here. Because he has a lot of T80Us. And this is one of the problems with 119th, one of the many problems. Because your tanks are so expensive, it's pretty obvious where you're gonna attack. Because if you have like 2 T80Us somewhere, it's very obvious that you basically have to attack in the zone because you don't have enough points to get an attack going on the other side of the map. Because the tanks are too expensive. Which was also, by the way, a big mistake by me in the beginning. I saw a T80U here. I could have just rerouted my M1A1 because I knew that he couldn't have had another tank anywhere else. But, oh well. T80 UD here actually gets super low but smokes off and gets out in time. Another T80 UD here might get hit by the Totus. Now it retreats in time. Sedge. Well, I finally noticed that this IHawk at least was too close to the front line, so I'm retreating it. And supply is coming in. Hallelujah, only took me like 20 minutes to notice. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, all his tanks unfortunately surviving and retreating. We are in one though dying, that's very nice. Those exceptional recon vehicles are a real nuisance nowadays. So getting them killed is very important. He outranges my Bradleys, which is very problematic for me. But my Bradleys can stun his T80UDs. And this is very good, because now the T80UD will be out of the fight for a long time. With repairs and like recuperating his cohesion loss, it's gonna be horrible. I was trying to drive into the zone once again, though these two M1A1s are way too close together. ATGM from here gets a hit and stun. Kill off the T80UD though, that's nice, but yeah, because they're so close together, obviously the Su-24 once again comes in and kills off everything that I have. Maybe the IHawk will kill it though. Yes, finally, thank you. So now I have 2 upgraded IHawks, so that's at least something, but 2 M1A1s here, yeah, that was really unnecessary. Pushing them forward without recon was ambitious, but I knew that the tank here was super stunned, which didn't matter because he just hit me anyway, because bruh. And killing off this T80UD was still good. But yeah, well, losing 2 tanks against the Su-24 was absolutely not good. M1A1 now again in a bad position in a fight against the T80U because of the autoloader. Smoke it off and retreat. I have a Jaguar now here in as well. Obviously has the same problem as the Bradley, that the ATGMs of the T80Us outrange my TOW2s. But with 6 front armor it can also take quite a bit of damage. And if I want to engage him in the open, I can for example drive forward my M1A1s to take the brunt of the fire and then have the TOW2 vehicles in the back for some extra stunning potential. So they're still useful. Just not as useful as they would be against other divisions. Also called in another BGS at some point to cover the far left. Just so I see, for me to see that he if he tries to drive around. TAD here dies to a side shot from the Kiowa. Not sure why. I forgot to ask Skate whether he has auto cover on or not, because if you have auto cover on, your tanks will do absolutely retarded shit when they're next to forest lines. So it might have been that his tank turned sideways to like drive back into the forest line here. No idea, but yeah, obviously very painful loss for him. And yeah, as you can see, I called him a Kiowa warrior. Because I remember that I still have a second one left of them, and the Hellfires are absolutely amazing, very useful against TADUs and UDs. F-16 comes in, kills off a Tunguska. Su-27 now misses all its missiles. Like, it was perfectly fine hitting all those shots on max range, but then in close range it only hits one missile. But unfortunately my Airhawks also fuck up and only hit one missile, so that was sad. Calling in some Engineer Dragons. They won't do, I guess, any damage against the TAD-UD or NUs, but even more suppression. And that's the name of the game at this point, because I'm 250 points ahead, there's only 10 minutes left, so I just need to survive. He kills off one of my Airhawks with his artillery, because I wasn't moving it enough. So I instantly back up the second one, so because I didn't want to lose it as well. Even though I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any strike craft left. I mean, I killed both Su-24s. He might have one LGB, not sure though. So yeah, rerouting the, repositioning the Airhawk, also buying in a new supply, because now I know that it's out of supply. Also buying in a second Airhawk once again. I guess I put the A-10 on the position of the TA, but I lost line of sight, so kill off the Spetsnaz, just to get rid of it. But MiG-29 now comes in, kills off the A-10. F-16 goes in together with the Airhawk. No problem, MiG-29 is down. Tunguska here, pretty annoying. Spotted though with the quick fix, so doesn't die to anything. Could have moved up the M1A1 maybe for some quick shenanigans and snipes, but didn't do it. Was kind of busy trying to dislodge him from here, because again I saw that I knew that I had stunned down this tank here, killed off the TAD-UD, so there can't be much left. Yeah, unfortunately then he gets... I hoped that I would be able to stun the motor circuit down in time, but they didn't, and then of course they hit and do a lot of suppression damage against the TAD, and against the M1A1. Don't have recon up with them, big mistake, so don't see the TAD-UD there. Quickly smoke off because I don't want to die to a double team from the TADUs, but yeah. It gets there anyway, and my M1A1 is dead. So overall, not the best push ever. I guess I targeted the Tunguska back there, but he already moved it out of the way. Pushing forward the M1A1 to keep him busy. Yeah, you can see that even a Dragon 2 barely does any damage against the TAD-UD, only 1 damage. I mean, that's one of the advantages of heat weapons. They always do at least 1 damage. But yeah, they also only do 1 damage. So. Decide for yourself. I still think it's good because of the suppression damage.
Beware, Tommy's nearby.
Artillery keeping his TADU here suppressed. Because kind of wasted my tank there. So I don't have that anymore to protect myself. Weird sidelines going on. And so the Hellfire loses track of the BTR for whatever reason. I have no idea why it loses track if it drives like specifically through here. Okay, well, his artillery getting rid of my dragon teams. But I still have the CNET in the back, so I felt kind of okay. Well, until the Tunguska quickly came in and killed the CNET. But now it's 6 minutes left, so he is really running out of time, and that's the big advantage of all of the stunts. He can't push forward, because I'm just consistently stunning down his tanks, and he always has to retreat them and wait until they're full cohesion again. Actually, even without killing them, I'm still doing a lot of damage. Here, yeah, you can see Jaguar 2 even survives a frontal hit from a TADU at, like, what was it, 2,000 or 2,100 meters range. So very, very nice. Bradley might get a TOW on target, yeah. Only did very small amount of damage. That was weird. I guess it was only a grazing hit, because that definitely was not a frontal hit, because I was driving like this. No idea what was going on there. Want to keep the M1A1 alive. See an ATGM firing from there, put the artillery on the job. I was a bit afraid that he might actually use his tanks that are in here to reroute and drive into the center, into Echo. Because he as well must know that I can't have much here, because he sees all my investments here. But I guess he didn't. And yeah, so that's why I rerouted more than one Sea Knight in here, because the Sea obviously won't be able to stop any tank. But now with 2 Sea Knights and the Kiowa Warrior here, I feel pretty safe. Call in an M1A1 command in case he like tries to smoke in here, so that I can at least contest the sector. That would be very important. And also it's just an additional M1A1. It's always good to have those. Quick Fix unfortunately dies to 2 Tunguskas, I think, were in there. And yeah, M1A1 ACAV got low and low cohesion, so needs to repair. T80 BVK survives barely because the F-16AT misses. Like in general, the game was going fairly well for me, but like my air RNG was just such bullshit, man. Then it obviously dies to his AA without even hitting the JABV, so yeah, bruh, just bruh. Milan 2, yeah, this is the line of sight here is weird in general because of the stupid slope. Nothing works. Yeah, now it's just a game of trying to keep myself alive and moving so that this artillery can't get rid of all of my units. But to be fair, most of my important units are mobile, so that's not that big of an issue. I can move them around. Yeah, should have put artillery on the target here, but yeah, they still have ammo. It was a bit lacking. It was late at night, and the game already lasted quite a long time, so decision making wasn't the best. And I was really worried about losing the left-hand flank, so I wasn't paying the most attention. Here I even just split the barrage just to keep his T80UD suppressed. I didn't want to engage it with the M1A1, I wanted to wait until the M1A1 ACAV is ready, so that I can 2-on-1 him. Obviously, that's always useful. Jaguar 2 gets a nice hit on the T80U. Artillery going, he moved out his Motorrazvedka out of danger zone. S-27 finally dies. Ihawks might actually be able to kill off his fighters in the end. Yes, hallelujah. This Ihawk is even double vet now. Reposition them, even though there's only 2 minutes left. You know, still don't want them to die, because who knows? Maybe he might bring in a cheeky LGB towards the end. M1A1 ACAV finally repaired, so can move it up. And then also I have a Martyr here, so I feel pretty good engaging the T80U. The T80UD, sorry. Only one F-16AA left circling around. Didn't call in my seat at all because I was pretty sure that he would be smart enough to turn off the guns on his Tunguskas unless he was engaging helicopters specifically. And yeah, well, now there were 2 minutes left and I was pretty sure that I would win. I also called in another M1A1 command to do the sector. You know, just in case, just to be sure. I had enough points. This one here looked pretty okay with Milan 2, Bradley, there was a Jaguar here and here that also died at this point, but I mean, not a Milan 2. I can always obviously reroute the Sea Knights. Kiowa also died to something. And yeah, all the M1A1s, so I felt pretty secure. He drove into the artillery barrage here with his T80U. Not a BVK coming in, but at this point he almost doesn't even have enough time to get his T80 BVK into the zone. Not a Recon Bradley also coming in. Like this position, not the most effective if he takes the ridge here. But yeah, well, that's why I really want to defend it, because I don't want him to take the ridge, because then the Bradley is actually very, very effective at covering the road here. Not really good for this road, but I mean, I have the Bradley here. I also had a Milan 2 at some point here. Milan 2 gets a side shot on the T80U towards the end, very nice. I guess he pushed forward his Mi-8 just to push it forward, because at this point it really didn't matter. Milan 2 might be able to hit the Tunguska. Ah, no, it misses. Bruh. And the Bradley also misses the T80 BVK. Bruh. Just why? At this range, missing. Shameful display. Know that there's the T80 in here. Put the artillery on it. And yeah, now here's definitely no way for him to push in, nothing going on the flanks. I saw a unit at some point, I think on the right-hand side. No, I didn't. I actually just put the BGS there to have it in case he tries to rush around, but he didn't. And yeah, well, M1A1 still alive, but needs repairs. ACAV engaging, but then the game is over, and I have won against Skate, finally. I think that's actually my first win against him. I had one draw against him, pretty sure, but not a win. He outtraded me, not by much though. And yeah, high level player. And I was pretty happy with the game. Obviously, SU division against one of the worst divisions in the game, but he's also much better than me, so you know, it's kind of fine. But I'm not gonna pretend like my division isn't like astronomically better than his. Looking at the kill list, yeah, well, the M1A1 ACAV here didn't do a lot. Got some okay kills, but not that much. Kiowa Warrior dying early on was really sad. The F-16 only got a Spetsnaz steer. That's everything it did do. Lol. Stinger here, though, performed very well. iHawk should have been rearmed so much earlier. That was so dumb. I was so stupid for that. The M1A1 only getting one Igla. Yeah, so most of the M1A1s didn't even perform that well. Howitzers performed okay. Also didn't get a lot of kills, but as I said, they were mostly there to just stun his units out of their mind, so that he just wasn't able to attack at any point in the game without, well, having to attack with really stunned down units, heavily stunned down units. This M1A1 here performed okay though. Well, actually well with at TADU and then a bunch of extra kills. M1A1 CP also getting a TADU. This Bradley actually performing very well. 2 BRMs, Tunguska and TADU, and supply truck. Fantastic. There you can see the other artillery also getting 2 helicopter kills and an Igla. So kill-wise, howitzers didn't perform super well with just a suppression value. And yeah, the F-16AT actually got one of his Mavericks off before it died and killed the TADU. Nice. Other M1A1 ACAV also didn't do a lot kill-wise. So yeah, you can see I actually, well, no, I did kill a few of his TADUs, but I think like 2 or 3 of those were towards the last minutes of the game, so those didn't matter. But overall, just stunning him down, not letting him get not letting him get a push going was really important in the game. Like 1 TADU here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's it, if I didn't miscount. Yeah, I mean, if you remember that, like, about like maybe 2 of those kills were also towards late game. Yeah, didn't kill a lot of them early on. His SU-24 was really a menace, just killing off so much. Really painful. Well, should have reloaded your iHawk, dumbass. And the TADU getting a lot of kills on its own. And his artillery just so annoying. He brings them in at 1 vet and then vets them up so they have a very low aim time. Performed very well, but I think it would have been better if he didn't upvet him and just brought in 4 howitzers, because then he could have artilleried so many more targets. And most of the time, like, it didn't really matter that they had such low aim time, because it's not like I moved out a lot of stuff, you know, last second or something. Of course, like, we might say 4 howitzers is a lot of investment, but those are towed howitzers, so they aren't that expensive, and they can just help your push so much. And we get a Tunguska here absolutely shredding my infantry on the left-hand side. Should have microed my tank there better. And yeah, well, that's about it. TADUD and you performed like okay, but for the price I needed to do more. TADU here. Bradley and M1A1, bro. Yeah, so in general, was really happy with the game. And yeah, let's see what division I will play next. Not sure yet. Didn't play a lot recently because I got back into flight sims a bit more. But I need to prepare for League, you know, and the Super Tournament is this weekend. So yeah, let's see what I will play. But anyway, hope you liked the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, have a beautiful day, and bye-bye.